Why does the media love to blame Anthony Davis for the Laker woes, for the Laker problems? I'm so confused. I get so confused because it's like when it comes to LeBron James, remember, Anthony Davis signed with Clutch Sports. You knew Anthony Davis' history prior to him joining the Los Angeles Lakers. You knew he had an injury history. You knew he was injury prone when the trade rumors started to circulate and started to surface. You knew what you were getting yourself into when you traded for Anthony Davis. You had time to look at the NBA landscape and find other talent that suit LeBron James, to find the next best player. You had ample opportunity to do that. So you can't blame Anthony Davis. You knew what you were getting before you got it. So now that you got it, you cannot complain. You don't have no room to complain how many games Anthony Davis has been able to suit up since he's been with the Lakers. He was street clothes when he was with the New Orleans Pelicans. You think that now that he came to the Lakers, he's no longer going to be a guy that gets injured regularly or get injured as often? You knew what you were getting yourself into. You knew what you signed up for before you signed it. So don't cry and complain now. I can see if Anthony Davis was the type of player who doesn't really get injured a lot, and then you bring him on this team and then you have this freakish injury, then it's like, okay, it was nothing that you can really do about that. You can't control fate. You can't control that. That's not nothing that's in your control. But in this case, Anthony Davis got injured a lot. You brought him to your team. So why does the media continue to blame Anthony Davis when you knew what you were getting, LeBron? And secondly, LeBron sexuals love to remind us, LeBron got you a ring. What were the Lakers before LeBron showed up? LeBron James did this for the Lakers. LeBron got you a championship. If LeBron leaves, the Lakers will be back at the bottom. The Lakers were at the bottom when LeBron James came. Remember, they were the 11th seed in LeBron James' first year. They finished at the 11th seed. It wasn't until Anthony Davis came that they elevated their play. So should we thank LeBron James or should we thank Anthony Davis? Who should we thank? And also, speaking of Anthony Davis, shouldn't we be just satisfied at the fact that Anthony Davis delivered us a championship? There should be no complaining. LeBron sexuals, LeBron fans are so delusional. They'll be quick to say, oh, well, LeBron James is too old to be trying to carry a team. But he's not old enough to be exerting all of this energy. At 38 years old, y'all praise him for being 38 years old and doing all this unbelievable stuff at the age of 38. So it's unbelievable and amazing when he does all these things, be able to run full speed up and down the court and score all these points and pad his stat. This is so amazing to see him break all of these records and exert all of this energy. But when it comes to closing in the fourth quarter and carrying a team to the playoffs, he's too old. Make it make sense, bruh. And then not to mention, it's not like LeBron James is playing a full 82 games. So he's getting away with all these excuses because his little worshipers are so quick to go to bat for him and defend him at all costs. But they don't understand them defending him. They don't know how bad it makes them look. You're defending this horrible behavior that he's exuding. He's at the Super Bowl, dancing, having a good time, getting booed at the Super Bowl while he has one of the worst teams in the league. Like, make it make sense. But y'all want to blame Anthony Davis. No, we're not blaming Anthony Davis. We're not blaming the Lakers front office. Because as y'all like to say, didn't LeBron James deliver you a title? What are you complaining about? This man just delivered you a title. This man, Anthony Davis, just delivered y'all a title. He should get a pass. He should be able to just lay back. If that's the case, Rob Pelinka could just kick back and not continue to try to improve because he won a championship. Same thing for LeBron. If LeBron James gets a pass, then why everybody else can't get a pass? Why LeBron James is not held to the same standard? ESPN released a video where JJ Redick was giving his commentary. The question was asked by Molly Kerm, what would it mean if LeBron James doesn't make the playoffs? JJ Redick basically said that we have to blame the front office because they didn't put the right talent around LeBron James. They didn't surround him with the right talent in order to win a championship title. How is the front office fault? They got LeBron James what he wanted, which was Russell Westbrook and Anthony Davis. He got Dennis Schroeder back. LeBron James has gotten what he wanted, and you're still willing to blame the Lakers front office. See, that's the problem I have with the media, because a lot of the guys that's in the media are on the Clutch Sports payroll. And they're going out here and they're getting paid to spread certain narratives, certain talking points, and the masses regurgitate it. But when we talking about Anthony Davis, we should just be satisfied at the fact that he brought you a title. There shouldn't be no complaining. What are you mad for? Anthony Davis delivered you a championship, right? There's nothing left to talk about. Why do we keep blaming Anthony Davis? Why are we not blaming LeBron James? It's funny because in one segment, JJ Redick said, oh, well, I feel as though because Stephen A. Smith said that he think that Kawhi Leonard should be held to blame if the Los Angeles Clippers does not win a title. He says Paul George shouldn't get any blame. He stated that he think that Kawhi Leonard should get the blame because he's the leader. And JJ Redick agreed with him. He agreed that he believes that, he said out his own mouth, that he thinks that the leader deserves a large share of the blame. But it's very hypocritical because in the same breath, he turns around and says, we should blame the Lakers front office for not surrounding LeBron James with the right talent. You had 2 top 75 players on your team, 3 in total. Why weren't you able to deliver a title or even get the team to the play-in or the playoffs? Even without Anthony Davis, you should have still been able to get to the play-in tournament at least, or the playoffs. You make the players around you better, right? So why are we continuing to blame Anthony Davis? JJ Redick is not doing anything but going up there and saying all the right things about LeBron James. But the second he doesn't, the Bron-sexuals especially, they'll have all the praises for you, especially JJ Redick. Oh, JJ Redick was such a great shooter during his time. He's talking from experience. We should value his opinion. Like, no. Then the second he's honest, then they'll say, oh, JJ Redick wasn't nothing but a role player. He wasn't nothing but a great shooter. He doesn't really know about basketball. LeBron James got rings. He never won a championship. That's how childish the mind is of the Bron-sexuals, because they don't really know basketball. So why do we continue to blame Anthony Davis? You knew what you was getting. Y'all get mad at the Lakers front office. LeBron James has had Isaiah Thomas, not the real Isaiah Thomas, but little Isaiah Thomas, who was once in the MVP conversation. He's had Darren Collison, who just a year before he came, there was speculation that Darren Collison was going to join the Lakers. Everybody was all excited. Oh, the Lakers, they needed a point guard like Darren Collison. Now he's going to bring playoff experience. Now the Lakers are going to win a championship. We get Darren Collison, doesn't live up to the expectations. We had Montrezl Harrell, former 6th Man of the Year, Dennis Schroeder, Wesley Matthews, Ben McLemore, Lonzo Ball, Michael Beasley, KCP, Alex Caruso, Tyson Chandler, Brandon Ingram, Kyle Kuzma, JaVale McGee, Rajon Rondo, Lance Stevenson, Ivica Zubac, Avery Bradley, Quinn Cook, Troy Daniels, Danny Green, Dwight Howard, Markieff Morris, J.R. Smith, Dion Waiters. This is all the talent that LeBron James has had throughout his Lakers stint. Andre Drummond, Marc Gasol, Talen Horton-Tucker, who he won a championship with, Alfonso McKinney, who won a championship with the Golden State Warriors, Damian Jones, Wayne Ellington, Stanley Johnson. Remember when the Lakers signed Stanley Johnson, they said that he was the lockdown defender that the Lakers desperately been needing. DeAndre Jordan, Malik Monk. Like, how much more do you need? But yet they're still saying that the Los Angeles Lakers has not done whatever they could in their power to surround LeBron James with the best talent. And I've named some of the best players in the league. Players who are going to other places and playing great. All you got was a bubble title.